Most magical places on Earth. 20. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. There's no better architect for magical places than Mother Nature herself. For example, take a look at this snapshot of Antelope Canyon, a small gorge that has been carved by water and wind. The natural lighting and strange shapes create a unique and magical environment perfect for photo ops. 19. Hinatuan Enchanted River. This is the Hinatuan Enchanted River, a deep spring river on the island of Mindanao in the Philippines. It earned its enchanted name from a diplomat who described the river in a poem as the Enchanted River. Local legends say that fairies added the vibrant colors of blue and green into the Enchanted River. Some even say that the river is haunted by supernatural beings that act as the river's protector. 18. Inside of Trinikagigur. So much of Iceland's intrigue is on the surface of the landscape and in the beautiful warm springs, but there's actually something even more magical hiding under the ground. You can take a tour of the inside of a volcano. Many people describe it as being in another world. 17. Fingal's Cave. This is the legendary Fingal's Cave in Scotland, a mystical cave with a very interesting rock pattern on the inside. This cave is 72 feet tall and 270 feet deep and is made up of natural occurring six-sided pillars of basalt. According to legend, this was part of a magical bridge made by the mythical Irish giant Fionn Mac Cumhaill. 16. Wisteria Tunnel. This is the Wisteria Tunnel in the Kawachi Fuji Gardens of Japan. Every April and May during the Wisteria Festival, this tunnel blooms full of vines. It's truly a magical place because most of the year, it's just a wire tunnel full of lifeless, twisty vines and only blossoms into this beautiful tunnel once a year for a short time. 15. Neuschwanstein Castle. Every fairy tale or Disney castle took inspiration from this real-life castle, the Neuschwanstein Castle in southern Germany. It was the home of the literal fairy tale king Ludwig II of Bavaria. The picturesque castle attracts over 1 million tourists every year. 14. The Devil's Bridge. This surreal bridge is known as the Devil's Bridge and is located in Germany. It's built out of stones found locally, and its crystal reflection makes the bridge look like a perfectly round portal into something else. 13. Monkey Park. This area in Japan has a name that roughly translates to Hell's Valley in English and is lined with jagged cliffs that climb 2,500 feet into the air and is covered in hot springs despite its freezing temperature. Japanese snow monkeys often use these hot springs to warm up because the waters can reach temperatures as high as 122 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect for keeping toasty in the snowy peaks of the park. 12. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. This is the city of temples in Cambodia, a place where nature is reclaiming man-made architecture in interesting and beautiful ways. Trees, roots, and bushes take over the stone buildings. Parts of the temple city were left unmaintained and fell to ruin over hundreds of years. 11. Caverns of Sonora. This cave network in Texas is home to some of the strangest and most spectacular looking formations of minerals in the world. These caverns can be found in the unsuspecting area just outside of the small town of Sonora. In this cavern, you can find things called popcorn, which are all those little nodes of minerals that can be found all over the map. 10. Tour Piercy Double Arch. This absolutely breathtaking double arch in the Alps is the largest in the whole region, and yet it was not discovered until 2005. The natural arch spans 105 feet, but despite the size, it was undiscovered because of where it lies in the mountain range. It's hidden within a bowl with no path leading towards it, making it hard to see from any angle. The fact that it's so hard to reach, but so beautiful, really adds to the magical quality. 9. The Dancing Forest. Found in Russia is this absolutely strange collection of twisted trees known as the Dancing Forest. The trunks of trees are contorted into bizarre shapes. No one knows exactly why the trees have grown into this strange shape, but some theorize that it's because the trees were planted into unstable sand and the trees started to twist as a result. 8. Oymyakon. This is possibly the coldest village on Earth, positioned deep in Siberia. This village is a few hundred miles from the Arctic Circle and has reached record lows of -96 degrees Fahrenheit. There are a hardy permanent residents of about 500 who live in this city that seems like it could only exist with the help of magic. 7. Asik Falls. These waterfalls are actually streams of pristine water that pour down in the mountainous Alameda region of the Philippines. These falls were mostly unknown until a photo of the falls won a national photography contest. After that, this magical waterfall garnered a lot of attention. 6. Houghton Impact Crater. About 23 million years ago, a meteor hit Earth around where northern Canada is. What it left behind was a strange, otherworldly landscape. The crater exists in a place called a frozen rubble zone and is the only crater to exist in such an area. 5. Moher, Ireland. Moher, Ireland might be the most famous for these sheer cliffs that face the deep blue ocean. Many people travel across the ocean to experience this extreme and almost surreal beauty that feels like it has to be photoshopped. 4. Haukadalur Geothermal Field. The Haukadalur Valley in southern Iceland has a bona fide showstopper that performs on time every day. This geothermal field is home to the Geyser and Stroker, two hot spring geysers that erupt with a fantastic crystal blue explosion of water every 10 to 15 minutes. 3. Pravcise Gate. Europe's largest natural bridge is this massive sandstone arch that has attracted visitors to it for as long as it has existed. It can be found on the border of Germany and stretches 90 feet wide and 50 feet high. The chateau nearby was once used as an inn for dignitaries and diplomats, and although it no longer functions like that anymore, it has been preserved as a restaurant and museum dedicated to the history of the area. 2. The Bastille. What used to be an impenetrable fortress now lies in ruins on top of a huge towering stone pillars and can still be visited to this day, rising hundreds of feet into the air and commanding a sight of Germany that is incomparable. 1. Magic Forest of Shanghai. This forest in China can easily be described as magical, although it's obviously man-made. It features tempting pools of water and trees wrapped in green and white lights, creating a sparkling fairy tale scene.